Hey there, hope you're all doing well and staying safe. My name is Jose Batista. I am a guitar player from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. I don't typically talk in my videos, but I wanted to try something different. So someone commented on one of my videos recently. It was on the Rod Stewart Hot Legs guitar playthrough, and they were commenting on how I was playing the chord or the riff, and they found it to be kind of a useful tip or trick. So I thought I'd share that here. So a lot of times when I find myself to be the only guitar player in a band, I'm trying to find ways to sound a little bigger, a little fuller, instead of just playing power chords, just trying to fill some space, especially in a song like Hot Legs where there's 2 or 3 guitar parts or more. And that's a lot of space to fill for just one guitar. So yeah, let's do this. I'm going to take your standard kind of blues rock riff, and I'm going to start it in A. I'm going to play it in A first, and it's this riff here. Now it sounds great. Just using the power chords. It's a bit of a stretch sometimes. We can actually play it here using the fuller chord shapes. And some people might already know this. We can play it here. We can take the A string or the A chord, right? We can just play the 3 notes of that chord and play that same riff here. Only I like to play it with the 3 strings, the 3 notes, and it just sounds a bit fuller. Instead of, we now have, and we do the same thing with the D chord. So that's how it would normally sound. We can take the D shape. I don't play the E string. Just do that, and then you would play the 4th fret on the G string for the 6th, right, for the riff. So those are the 3 strings we'll play. And you do the same thing for the E chord. So instead of playing it here, play it here. And again, for the 6th, for the riff, it's just the 4th fret on the A string. Hopefully you guys can see that. Yeah, you get something instead of this. Yeah, you get something a little more fuller sounding and a little easier to play because you're not stretching your hand as much. Yeah, sounds great. Hey, Jose here again. So I'm editing the video right now that you're watching, and I forgot to mention that you could apply this concept to a situation where there are 2 guitar players present. If you have 2 guitar players in your band and you're playing a rock blues type of riff like this, maybe one guitar player plays the original power chord version, the more stripped down version of the riff, and the other guitar player plays the fuller chord version. And you get a much bigger sound that way, especially if you're playing different guitars, different amps. That could be a whole other topic though. Also when you're recording, if you track it with just the power chord, with the 2 notes, and then maybe double track the guitars but playing the fuller chords, and you can pan them, and you'll get a much bigger sound that way as well. So you could apply this concept into your double tracks or second guitar parts to get a fuller sound as well. Okay. So I believe the Rod Stewart song Hot Legs is in the key of G, and we can do the same thing with that key, with those chords. So a typical blues rock riff like that, but in the key of G would be here. That's the G, the C, and the D. But we can also use those open or the fuller chord shapes here. And yeah, we'll start off with the G. I don't play the whole chord. Again, I avoid the E string. We'll start with the G. I'm actually going to use the middle finger to mute the A string. Right. We're going to keep the D string open. We'll keep the G string open. And I like to play another D here, which is the 3rd fret on the B string. And then I'll use my ring finger to mute the E string. So I end up with that chord there. And for the riff, you're going to play, hammer on or play the 2nd fret on the D string. You have to be careful that when you're muting the A string that you're leaving enough space for the D string to still vibrate underneath your middle finger there. So it's a little tricky at first. But it sounds much fuller than this. Okay, sounds great. We can do the same thing with the C. I find the C a little trickier. So that's the C major chord. So we're going to keep the C. I'm going to use the ring finger to mute the D string. We're going to keep the G string. And we're going to keep the C there, right? The 1st fret on the B string. And I'm also using the index finger to mute the E. And for the riff, it's the 2nd fret on the G string. And as I showed you previously, the D. So again, instead of using the power chords, when you have something much fuller, and this is what it sounds like. You also have the opportunity to play some really cool riffs with some bends and just utilizing the open notes here, using these shapes instead of just the power chords. Again, sounds a little fuller, a little easier on the hands, so you don't have to stretch so much. This is much more comfortable. Yeah, hopefully you guys or someone out there finds that useful. If you do, share the video, like, leave a comment below. Go check out the other videos, or comment below, or reach out if there's anything else you think you'd like to see that I might be able to put up. Again, thanks for watching, and take care. Bye.